Our organization, I like to say, is small but with a very long reach. Whether you're president or you're just helping out on a committee, you have the power to do some really cool things.
The reason that I wanted to work for ICRF in particular is because 15 years ago, my cousin, she died of breast cancer. It was really hard to see someone that you love go through that. I feel like we're making a difference. Every day we get closer to finding a cure.
It's an exciting time here because the word has gotten out that we do have incredible fellows that come from Israel. So leading physicians in Montreal have been approaching us for funding.
I'm Director of Gynecologic Oncology at the Jewish. I'm a professor at McGill University in obstetrics gynecology and in oncology. I take care of gynecological cancers from prevention to early detection to treatment, surgery, chemotherapy, and further follow-up of patients.
I'm an ICRF Gyno-Oncology Fellow in Montreal, McGill University. So typical OR day usually starts around 5 a.m. trying to have some quality time with my young son and my wife.
The fellows from Israel are extremely motivated young men and women who usually are at a further stage in their life where they've been through the army, through seriousness in the world, and they really want to contribute.
ICRF funds researchers and clinicians and scientists in Israel for work they do in Israel or for fellowships or further training they want to do abroad to acquire expertise and bring it back to Israel. And it's an amazing, amazing organization.
I came to Montreal to do my fellowship in advanced thoracic and upper GI oncological surgery with Dr. Ferry. He is an outstanding surgeon and researcher.
We're lucky to have our first fellow at the Montreal General Hospital doing research on esophageal cancer metastases.
I heard about the ICRF from other fellows that came from Israel. This research and fellowship gave us the opportunity to concentrate more on research and cancer, to have the time to work side by side with people that are known worldwide, and we get to be in contact more with the cancer patients themselves.
I'm an Israeli obstetric and gynecology specialist. I'm here on a research fellowship funded by the ICRF in order to explore and further my knowledge and understanding of ovarian cancer.
The unique thing this fellow has, the combination of research with clinical practice. And it gives me a lot as a physician in the future.
Esophageal cancer is a fast and rising cancer in North America. So we are really at a beginning of an epidemic of this malignancy. Well, it used to be relatively rare, but now it's quite common.
In surgery, we live in an extraordinary time where we get the surgery really, instead of having to put our hands in the belly, we could do it through robotics. We can go and very finely operate. We can use artificial intelligence to help us visualize things, to help us understand things better. And we share that with our fellows, and we want them to get excited and passionate about it also, and to bring it home and continue working on it.
Every surgery that I'm spending my time in this console, I just feel that I learned something new, and I feel that I'm incorporating it.
Maybe it will sound a little bit naive, but I spent 8 years in the Israeli army, and in this stage of my life I want to dedicate my professional life to save a life and to be able to provide the medicine to all the people in Israel, Jewish, Arab and others.
The thing that inspires me the most, very basic, but the people that I am surrounded by here at the JGH. My supervisors, they are teaching me, but on the other hand, they are people and they are kind of a family for me right now, and that inspires me. Waking up with a smile coming to work, even though it's at 5 a.m.
Cancer is something that's more and more common. Every single human being has been affected in some shape and form by cancer. This is why the ICRF is here, because this is one of the major killer today in Occidental countries. We've had some success, and we will have more. We will do better, and we have to do better.
What we call a clinician scientist. That means doctors that go from the bedside to the bench and bring that information both ways. The more fellows that we can contribute here in Montreal and then go back and contribute back home and continue that relationship, that's where we will have reached what we wanted with the Israeli Cancer Research Fund.
I'm able to try to find out and understand why that person has a cancer. And if, God forbid, that cancer comes back, the best way to treat it. I can think of nothing better to do than what I do.
For me, at the moment, I hope to continue with my project, complete my fellowship, and to have results that hopefully can help more patients in the future.
The ultimate vision is that they go back to their institutions in Israel and they become leaders.
It's creating that bridge, creating a better future, both here in Montreal, in Israel, and eventually across the globe with the research that they do, because research is not in Montreal or in Israel. It touches everybody around the globe.